ปิติโยภิวาจันตุสัพพะโลกวินาศสันตุมาเตภวัตวันตารายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภาวะอภิวาทนาสิริจังนิจังพุทธปัจจายโนจัตถาโลธัมมังวัฏันติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลัง How are you today?
Very good.
Thank you very much. Well, my name is Pra KK.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so do you know what does mean Pra? Well, Pra means monk. So in Thailand, if you want to address a monk, you don't know the name, no problem. You can address Pra. Pra means monk. Alright, KK is my nickname as well, 2 Ks or the double K. Alright, so very pleasure to meet you all and welcome to Maha Chula Longkrong Racha Vidyalaya, the name of our university. You know, in end of the class, if we have time, then we can walk around the university as well. So well, today I'm going to give you an introduction of the Buddhism for a while, so you will get to know what exactly Buddhism is. Then we're going to have Q&A. Is it okay for you?
Yeah.
Alright, very nice. Okay, are you familiar with Buddhism, guys? Sounds a little bit? Okay. Hopefully you will enjoy to know about the Buddhism as well. And have you ever met a monk? No?
No.
So this is the first time?
Yes.
Wow, very nice. I think I'm really good luck. Okay. So well, this is being a monk, myself around 15 years. What I experienced, what I learned, let me share with you. And one thing I'm proud to say myself, I'm here not as a teacher. I'm here as a friend of yours to share my experiences. So don't be hesitant to talk with me, okay? Alright. If you investigate in the core of Buddhism or the main teaching of the Buddhas, you will not find like a religion. So Buddhism is more like a philosophy or a way of life. Buddhism based on the action and reaction, cause and effect. Have you heard? Goes around, comes around. That is the Buddhism. It's a way of life. To investigate in our life or examine in our life how to keep balance. How to live with peace and happiness. And you are the one who can practice to live peace and happiness in your life. The things when you do good, when you avoid evil, when you purify your mind, when you love, kind, compassion, respect, forgive each other and to all living beings. So overall, Buddhism is a way of life. And have you heard Dharma? Good. Actually, it's not an English word. It's more like a Sanskrit language. But those kinds of words are quite familiar with the Western country. For example, Dharma, Karma, Nirvana, something like that. Actually, Dharma means the truth. Or simply we said the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha taught us to understand the law of nature. So the first teaching of the Buddha is called the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths is more based on the suffering. And Buddha taught us how to get out of the suffering by investigate ourselves in our life. So in the first Noble Truth, he mentioned about the suffering of life. You know, suffering is very common. You see, there's no one in the world who never suffer. Actually, life is suffering. There's two main kinds of suffering in our life. The first is physical suffering. Second is mental suffering. And no one escapes or run away from these two main kinds of suffering. No matter Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Buddhist, or Islam. No matter rich or poor. Because it's truth of nature, the law of nature, truth of the universal. You know what exactly physical suffering is? We must be old, sick, and death. Life is impermanent. Life always change. You see here, more than 10 people. Every of us, we were a baby. That baby has grown up, became a teenage, became an adult. And time has arrived, you get married. And after a few years, you had a baby. See guys? Baby has a baby, became a parent. Someone call you mom, dad. See how did life change? And one day your children, they will grow up, they become an adult. Time will arrive, they will get married, and they became a parent. And you became a grandparent. Someone call you granddad, grandmom. See, you became same experience your grandparent. And getting old, finally sick, and death. That is the impermanence of life. It's happened to everyone. It's the law of nature, the truth of nature. No one escapes or run away. You see, last 4 months ago, we lost the beloved magistrate king in Thailand. Tell me guys, is it possible for a king not to get old, sick, and death? No. It's no matter a king or an ordinary people. It's truth of nature. You see how impermanent life is? Ask yourself first, have you lost anyone from your life? Ask each family in the world, have you lost any member from your family? You will never meet a family who have never lost. That is the impermanence of life. Truths to everyone. If we really understand about the law of nature, the impermanence of life, the suffering of life, one day we'll get old, physically very suffer, cannot eat, walk, sleep. But mentally, we will not suffer to get old. So this is more part of the physical suffering. And now, the second one is called mental suffering. And it's also truth of nature. I believe no one wants to get mentally suffer. You see here more than 13 people? Can I see anyone here who wants to get mental suffering, please? Hello? No one. Me too, I don't want. But no way to escape or run away. Because it's truth of nature. Anyhow, somehow it's gonna happen to our life one day. You know what exactly mental suffering is? Let's say if you lost in your life that you love very much. Obviously you will get emotion. Yes, emotion is human nature. Everyone has emotion. You will get mentally suffer. Because you love them. You don't want to lose. That's gonna happen one day. Somehow you will lose someone, then someone will lose you. According to impermanence of life. See, no way to escape from mental suffering. And oppositely, if you don't like something you get, again you get disappointed. Because you don't want it. You don't like it. See, overall life is suffering, mentally and physically. As I told you, you want something you don't get. Mentally suffer, disappointed. You love someone you love, suffering. To get old, suffering. To get sick, suffering. To death, suffering. So overall life is suffering. That's the first noble truth. And then the second noble truth is called the cause of suffering. I told you Buddhism based on the cause and effect. Why do we suffer in our life? What is the origin of suffering? Actually, we get suffering in our life, not cause of something else. Cause of ourselves. The origin of suffering from us. Now an example. Let's say, you guys, you hate KK very much. And KK, he don't do anything, you're hating him. And do you think is KK suffering? I don't think so. KK enjoying himself in his temple in Thailand, but you are the one in America not happy to sleep, not happy to work, even not happy to use Facebook. If you hate someone, angry someone, it's not other suffering, it's your suffering. The origin of suffering from yours. From many different ways. Could be the suffering from your greed, angry, delusion, violence, ignore, hatred mind. Maybe the suffering from your negative thoughts, speech, and action. Suffering also from our desire. Everyone has desire. Never enough. Demand again and again. Our desire brings us suffering. I've seen many people. They had an iPhone 5. They heard that iPhone 7 coming soon. Right now they suffer to get it. See, desire brings you suffering. We also get suffering because of attachment. It happened in our life. Let's say last 5 years, 10 years ago, something happened to your life. Still sometimes you suffer. It's gone for 10 years, but still you suffer because you are attached to that. See, attachment brings you suffering. You are the one who suffers, not someone. And we also get suffering because of our mind. Everyone has a mind. Our mind brings us suffering because our mind is too rush, too busy. In a day we get hundreds and thousands of thoughts, comes and goes, comes and goes. You have house, money, families, work, balance, cars, but sometimes you have no inner peace. Sleep not happy. Being with your friend, really you have good time, but inside, not happy. Because of mind, the rushful mind, the busy mind. You know what do we call? Monkey mind. So your monkey mind brings you suffering. We have no relax, no calm. Always tense, worries, stress, anxiety. See guys, so your mind brings you suffering. And we also get suffering because of six senses. Everyone has six senses. Let's say hearing, seeing, touch, taste, smell. So when you get the six senses, physically or mentally, positive way, you get pleasant. Negative way, you get unpleasant. I hold something physically, very soft, I get pleasant. And now I hurt, let's say electric shock or something, physically, unpleasant. Same thing mentally. You heard something, someone tell you very good, you feel very happy. Someone tell you very bad. You know, one of your best friend, he got an accident last night. Now he's no more. You get unpleasant mentally, like that. So anyway, the origin of suffering from us. So we should investigate to know what exactly is suffering, what is the cause of suffering. Then we have to stop the suffering, which is we call the cessation of suffering. Simply we said the end of suffering. That is the third noble truth. Because nothing is permanent in the world. Everything is impermanent. As I told you, we was born, one day we'll get old, sick and death. You see everything. It has been beginning, one day destroy and disappear. So our suffering could be possibility to end. It's called the end of suffering. And then the last one is called the way to end of suffering. The way means middle way. Middle way means balance. Middle. You are the one who can keep balance your life by investigate, by examine. So Buddhism based on the practice. Goes around, comes around. To keep balance your life. If we have no balance in our life, then we have so many problems. For example, you see KK, let's say I'm 30 years old. In my 30 years old life, I always took care of my body. On time I need food, sleep, exercise, shower, everything. Part of physical body. But I never take care of my mind. See, we have no balance between mind and body. That's why nowadays, all the people physically looks very beautiful, handsome, fitness. But mentally everyone has problem. Stress, anxiety, worries and tense. There's a big problem. Because we have no balance between mind and body. So Buddhism, they show the path, how to keep balance by investigating ourselves. So the middle path has 8 paths. We call the Noble Eightfold Paths. That 8 noble paths separated into 3 different groups. We call the threefold trainings. To train in our life 3 different ways to keep balance. We call the wisdom training, moral training, and mental training. You know, simply sometimes I told you, if we have no balance, then we have so many problems. For example, you think very good, you speak very good, you're doing something bad. No balance. So the threefold path, or the Noble Eightfold Path, is the middle path to keep balance in our life. Now take a look how did the 8 paths separated into 3 groups to train in our life to keep balance. In the wisdom training, to train your wisdom has 2 paths. The first, right understanding. Second, right thoughts. You know guys, we should try in our life how to understand right way, how to think right way. If you do that, you're doing something good in your life. You're training your wisdom. You're trying to be a generous. It's part of generosity. Loving kindness, compassion, respect, forgiveness from your wisdom, from your generosity. If you do that, you're doing something good in your life. And the second one is called moral training. It's part of morality. Not to do something bad, avoiding or abstaining from the evil things. To train your moral has 3 things. Not to do something bad. The first, right speech. Second, right action. And third, right livelihood. To train your moral not to do something bad. Especially not to kill, not to steal, not to tell a lie, not to cheat anyone. And then last one is called mental training. To train your monkey mind. To purify or to clean your mind is part of meditation. So to train your busy mind has 3 things. The first, right effort. Second, right mindfulness. And third, right concentration. To train your mind to be clean or pure. So the whole teaching of the Buddha, he mentioned in 3 words. Do good, don't do bad, and purify your mind. Do good means train your wisdom by right understanding and right thinking with loving kindness, compassion, respect, and forgiveness. Don't do bad means train your moral by right speech, action, and livelihood. Don't kill, don't harm any life, don't steal, don't telling lie, don't cheat anyone. Then to purify or clean your mind means meditate, give effort with mindfulness and concentration. That's why Buddha said, to do good, not to do bad, and pure the mind. And as I told you, Buddhism is not exactly a religion. It's a way of life. It's based on the goes around, comes around. To keep balance our life. So anyone could be a Buddhist. I met so many Western people, European. Some of them, they said, I'm Christian and Buddhist. As a religion, they believe God, excellent. But they lead in Buddhist way of life. To keep balance the life, to live with peace and happiness. But one thing I just want to say, as a Buddhist monk, no need to convert. Keep remember, no need to convert. Because Buddhism is not exactly a religion. If you want to convert, sorry, there is no ceremony. You see Buddha, do you think this image represents a god? No. Buddha is not a god. It's a human, like you or me. Same but different person. He was born in 623 BCE in northern India into a royal family as a prince. His name is Prince Siddhartha. But nowadays, the place he was born, it belongs to Nepal. With the place called Lumpini. Okay? So he's not a god. At the age of 29, he gave up everything. The Prince Siddhartha had a wife and son. So age of 29, he gave up everything. When he saw an old man, sick man, dead body, he realized, life is suffering, life is impermanence, what is the origin of suffering, and how can I get out of this suffering? Then he gave up everything. He tried to detach. He went to forest. He learned and practiced. Finally, after 6 years, he able to achieve an enlightened. Then he died at the age of 80. He was just alive for 80 years. So he's not a god. You know what he said? Please, don't believe me. Don't believe my teaching. Investigate yourself. You will find the truth. So Buddhism is not a religion. And as I told you, no need to convert. Anyone could lead in Buddhist way. To keep balance, to investigate in your life. The things how to do good, not to do bad, how to pure the mind, how to love, kindness, compassion, respect, and forgive. And one thing I just wanted to ask you. As I told you, no need to convert. Well, we don't convert. I think you have been in Chiang Mai for a few days or in Thailand. Let me ask you one question. Have you ever seen any monks go door to door to your hotel and they knock the door and they say, Sawadee Krap, I'm a Thai Buddhist monk, I came to talk to you about Buddha's teaching, I want to convert you. Have you ever met that kind of monk? No way. You see, Chiang Mai, old city, small city, a lot of temple there. Some foreigners said this look like a city of temple. 1,000 monks stayed there. You will never see a monk or a group of monks on the street, at the bus station, at the train station, in front of the temple gate with a leaflet of Buddha's teaching and try to convert you. No way. Because there is no relationship between me and Buddha. He does not represent a God. If I did something bad, I'm the one who will suffer, not Buddha. And I'm the one who can overcome by doing good things to find peace and happiness. So Buddha, he represents an enlightened one who found the right path, who was achieved, the enlightened. So we have to follow his teaching. We have to practice. That's why he said not to believe him, not to believe his teaching. To investigate ourselves until we prove. That is a way of life, Buddhism. Alright. And I told many times to people, for me, the main purpose of the life, to live with peace and happiness. Same to everyone. So peace and happiness is always within us, state of the mind. You can find peace and happiness where you think, where you speak, where you do something. You can find peace and happiness by being together in good and bad time. By love, kindness, compassion, respect, and forgiveness. What exactly means balance? Love yourself and others. Respect yourself and others. Kindness, compassion yourself and others. Forgive yourself and others. It's called balance. So Buddhism based on the balance. Practice to keep balance. But one thing I just wanted to share, I'm sorry to share that. I'm not familiar with other religions, but just I heard from people, I'm sorry if I mistake or you can make me correct. Religion in the world, they convert each other. Yes, they convert. They judge each other. A group of religions said we are right, you're wrong. Do this is right, don't do this is wrong. So you have no any authorities, no any rights, no any opportunity to investigate yourself, right or wrong. That is the religion. Another group said, no, we are right, you're wrong. War, fighting. Sorry to say, you see the Christianity, one title. Different sects, Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, Baptist. That's problem. Just read the stories. War, fighting, killing. Same Islam, one name. Different group has fighting. Enough. People are killing each other. Actually, no need to kill us. One day, anyhow, we'll get old, sick, and death. Wait and see. Same to everyone. You see what happened in 11 September in America? Do you remember that? Still I feel something, if I remember that. 1,000 people was killed. Because of what? This doesn't mean a dinosaur came and destroyed everything. Human kill each other. Because we don't train our moral. That's why in Buddhist way, the first moral training, abstaining or avoiding from killing any living beings, especially human beings. The first precepts, first rules to everyone. You see in France, couple times last year, 100 people was killed. Just look at Israel, Syria, many different countries. That is the problem. That's why in Buddhist teaching, Buddha teaching, if you look, the second noble truth, the origin of suffering from us, the cause of suffering from us. So why don't you judge yourself? Why don't you train yourself? Control your greed, anger, delusion, violence, hatred, ignore. Train your negative thoughts, speech, and action. Don't judge others. Don't control others. That's why Buddha said, if you point someone to judge them, control them, look at your finger. You're pointing only a finger to them, but 3 fingers point back to you. It's simple. So, like that. This is something about the Buddhism, And please forgive me if I made anyone disappointed by my speech, and even my English is not as native speaker. I speak English, Thai plus English, English. So forgive my English and explanation. And one thing, remember, don't think you have nothing to give others. We have enough ourselves belongings to give others. At least give your smiling. Look at the Thai people. Looks very happy. They will never forget to give smile to others. Give your love, kindness, compassion. If you forgive to others, that's always what we have to give others. If we do that one by one, then one day I wish the world would be more peace and happy. You know, that is what we try. So anyway, sorry to take a little long time. Now please welcome to Q&A. If you have any question about Buddhism, monk's life, the meditation, please don't be hesitant to ask. Thank you.
Question. Is there any significance to your orange-colored robe?
Oh, it's a good question. Well, the color of the robe has no significance or no meaning. That's why we are allowed to wear 6 different colors of the robes. For example, red, orange, brown, dark brown, maroon, and saffron. And the color of the robe could be decided by an abbot of a temple. For example, in this temple, we had around 180 monks and novices. So the leader monk, he decided only a color, it's orange color. For the old monks, to let them equal, you know, looks them equal and let them being in discipline. Alright? And in Thailand, we had probably 2 different groups of monks. We call the city monk and forest monk. And we had 2 different color of the robes. And I heard that the origin of color, you know, actually at the Buddha time, there was no color of the robe. It was only white clothes, could be from the cemetery, from the dead body, you know, and monks like we keep simple life, not to attach or desire. So that's why our clothes could be different colors, but it has to be natural colors. So different colors of the robe is dyed by the different barks of the trees. I think the orange color is dyed by the bark of jackfruit trees. You know, that is the original stories. But nowadays we're wearing in different colors of the robe. It's not original colors. It's made by machine, dyed by the chemical. But still we keep simple life. You see, inside, outside, only one color. See how simple? Tomorrow I don't have to worry which color I'm gonna use. Very simple, you know, like that. See, I have no hair, no eyebrow. Simple, like that. And it's let us, all the monks looks very same, equal as well. Thank you, very good question.
Thank you.
Yes, please. We'll go first.
You say that a Christian can be a Buddhist. Can an atheist be a Buddhist?
It's a good question. I think anyone could be a Buddhist, you know, to lead the way of life, to investigate yourself how to keep balance. You know, it means Buddhist as well, because it's not a religion. So anyone could be a Buddhist. And I met so many atheists as well who have no religion. They lead in like a Buddhist way of life, you know. Thank you, sir. Yes, please. Who will go first?
Let me just go around the circle.
All right, that's good. That's good. I was trying to tell that.
The other day we met a gentleman who used to be a monk, and then he decided that he wanted to experience other facets of life. So he left being a monk and became a husband and had a family. My question is, you talk about desires, and as a monk you have physical desires, but then you try to find ways to find balance of that. So in this case, he had a physical desire, but it's okay to move to a different level and still have balance. So I guess it's kind of a little bit of a conflict for me.
Well, very good question and difficult as well. Actually, as I told you, the balance between everything, the mind and body, the balance between external and internal, you know. So everyone has desire, you know. So that's why we do practice meditation a lot to understand your desire and how to detach from it. You know, I told many times to people, the thoughts, emotion, feelings, it's human nature. Everyone has that until we die. You know, even the desire. So what can we do? Let it happen. We cannot stop that. Keep observe for a while. Then try to detach. So that's why Buddhism based on the wisdom training, moral training, then mental training. To train your mind or to understand what's happening to your mind, to your feelings, thoughts, emotion, to your body. It's called meditation. The concept of mental development or meditation is the medication of the mind.
It seems like you sort of have like inner conflict, but through meditation you achieve a way to find balance with it.
Yes. Not only meditation, mainly meditation to train the mind. Then we have to also follow to keep balance. If you train your moral, if you train your wisdom, so train one, it will let you to have more balance. As I told you, you think good, you speak good, you're doing something bad. It's no balance. Something like that. Thank you. Very good question. Appreciate it. Next, please.
First of all, I just would like to thank you. It was a beautiful speech. It really moved me a lot. And it would be nice to see more people practicing Buddhism. I'm curious to know about, you say the monks meditate, but what about people in Thailand just in their homes or the common people that surround you? Are they meditating? Is that part of their practice?
Yes. Actually, meditation is not part of the religion. It's part of the mental training.
Right.
So it's not only for the monks, but for the monks, we have the disciplined life. We have to follow the part of the temple routines. So according to temple schedule, we have to meditate twice a day, something like that. For the people also, they do meditate. There are so many longer meditation retreat center. They go there, they practice themselves, Even students, part of the education, So maybe she or he has two different opportunities to go to meditation center, or to go to work experience, something like that, what I heard. But I think most of the people in Thailand, they go to meditation retreat. Even once a week, it's called Buddhist holiday, one prat. When they come to temple, they do chant twice a day, and we also meditate. So they participate with us. So anyone could come and join with the monks at the temple, and you learn meditation, you talk about the way of life. So it's common for everyone. It's equal for everyone. So everyone has opportunity to train their mind.
So ladies and gentlemen, may we have another 10 more minutes because we leave this room at 10:05. So 10 more minutes for the question. And then we will walk to see the surrounding and include the happy room in there because the monk also have to eat. It's the eating hour of the monk Chanten, right? Okay, so we leave here 10:05. Question?
Okay, I think these three questions are last questions, right? Three of yours, please.
Does a woman go to be a nun instead of a monk?
Yes.
And they follow the same practice for female Buddhists?
Well, in Thailand, I think you don't see many female monks like me, It doesn't mean they are not allowed. According to the stories of the Buddha, Buddha's monk, younger sister, like Buddha aunt. She's the first female monk, according to stories. And later on, there was 5,000 fully ordained female monks, So anyway, in Thailand, not easy for a female to become a female monk, because everywhere you can see all over the Thailand, only male temple. There's no female temple. And according to rules, we should not stay in a temple between male and female monks. We should separate the temple. Even in Thailand, monks has very strict rules. I cannot touch with female. And when we ordain to become a monk, we need a place we call Uposatha, the ordination hall, or some senior monks who can ordain me. I think for the female monks, they have no senior female monk. I mean, for the female who want to become a female monk, they have no senior female monk. You know, something like that make them more difficult. It doesn't mean they are not allowed. If you go to Sri Lanka, you will see so many female monks, even in India and different countries. So in Thailand, I heard that we do have female monk, and there is a female temple. I forgot the place name. And when the leader female monk in her temple, she's Thai female, the first Thai female monk. And when she went to Sri Lanka, I think, to study her PhD, she got a PhD on the Buddhist philosophy. And she was ordained there, I think. And when she got back to Thailand, she invited some senior female monks with her, and she started to ordain. Now I think there are around 100 female monks. And she's very famous. She's a professor in Ayutthaya MCU Buddhist University and different universities. She teaches to the PhD students or master degree. And she's very familiar with the social media. You can find her TED Talk in YouTube.
Okay.
Just write her name, Dhamma Nanda Bhikkhuni. Bhikkhuni means the female monks.
Thank you.
Around 15 minutes, her speech. Yes, please.
So,
You wanted to-
No, go ahead, no problem.
So I have a question. So if you say Buddhism is a way of life
Yes.
and not worshipping, so to have the statues, what does that? I know it's symbolic,
Yes.
but why do you need the statues if it's just worshipping by spirit and not really worshipping to a statue?
Yes. Wow, very good question. It's a very common question. Well, one thing, as I told you earlier, an image of the Buddha do not represent a god. So when you go to visit a temple, you will see many people, as even monk, they do like this 3 times in front of the Buddha image. It looks like worshipping, but not exactly. It's called bowing or showing respect. Alright? Actually, an image of the Buddha is represented as an enlightened one or awakened one, as a great teacher. You know, different postures of the Buddha images is also represent different stories, and it has different meanings. Okay, when we do like this 3 times, we call bowing or showing respect. First time to him as a great teacher, second time to his teaching, and third time to his disciples or followers. So monks are the ones who represent his followers nowadays. So we call Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, teacher, teaching, and disciple, to show respect. Not only we are doing with the Buddha, you can see Thai people, they will respect you same like a Buddha. They will palm their hand, they will keep big smiling, and they will bow to you, they will say Sawadee krap, Khap Kun krap. So in Thai tradition, you know, to show respect, to say thanks, we bow each other. You know, we don't handshake, we don't hug, we don't kiss. You know, so it's called not worship, it's called paying respect or showing respect. You know, or bowing as well. So it's not worship. Does that make sense, man? Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for the summary. Very good and very good English too. So I understand there are more Buddhas before the historical Buddha and there are many after Buddha.
Yes.
Are all Buddhas considered to be enlightened? And how do you know a person will become a Buddha? And the second part of the question is, if you don't kill, what do you do in a war between Buddhist countries or Buddhist and non-Buddhist countries?
Well, it's a very good question and very open-ended.
Yeah.
Well, in formal time, according to Thai Buddhist calendar, 2,560 years after Buddha enlightened. So Buddha time, nothing is developed yet. No internet, no cell phone, no laptop, nothing. So Buddha, he got enlightened by investigate or practice himself. That is the fully enlightened. You know, what he proved, what he taught us, even, you know, the science cannot prove yet, you know, what I heard. Okay, now, so we know that Buddha is the fully enlightened one. But nowadays, after around 2,500 years, it's very difficult to find who is an enlightened. It doesn't mean there is no enlightened people. Actually, Buddha said, anyone could be an enlightened. It's more your intention and practice to achieve that point. no matter monk or lay people, you know. So, and nowadays, actually, who enlightened, they will know themselves, and there are many levels of enlightenment. But final state of the Buddhism is called Nirvana, or the fully enlightened, you know. So, for example, nowadays, an enlightened, they will never say, hello, sir, gentlemen, I'm enlightened. If they say they are not fully enlightened, you see. So like that. So it's more about the personal, you know. So many people believe that, say, Tranquility Meditation, the monk, one of the famous monks. So many people believe he got enlightened. Not Buddha level, but some level he got enlightened, like that. So it's more about your intention and practice as well. Okay. And then the war. Actually, you know, guys, so many people, they work, you know, like every day they kill something. This doesn't mean they have intention to kill, you know. They have no intention to kill. So that doesn't mean their fault, you know. In that way, it's okay. But if you have intention to kill anything, then it's your bad karma, bad action, you know, something like that.
So in a war, when you aim to shoot somebody, the government is telling you to do it, so it's not your intention.
I think government force you to do that, but you have no intention. It's more like to protect to the country by the government, but not from your intention, something like that. But if you train yourself, as I told to the gentleman, to keep balance, then, you know, Buddhism is more based on the practice, balance, investigating yourself. If we do that, there will be no more war, no more fighting, because there will be no more greed, angry, delusion, violence, ignore. There will be no I. Buddhism has no I. So when there is no I, all are equal. It's called anatta, or non-self. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, this is the last and final place.
Okay. Often if one has anxiety or whatever, you will be told to meditate. Meditate, that means nothing to me. I don't know what thought process is supposed to replace. Is it meaningless things? What are you supposed to think about? Or do you not just saying to meditate does not produce a meaning for me?
It's a good question. Well, as I told you, meditation is the concept of mental development, you know. So everyone has worries, tense, anxiety, stress inside. So many people are very rich, but mentally not happy. It's happened to everyone. Physically very good, but mentally everyone has problem. Okay, in that way, we can do only meditations to improve your inner peace, to more calm and relax of your mind. So what we do, the baby step of meditation is called concentration meditation. Or simply we call Tranquility Meditation. So to let your mind calm and relax, we need to concentrate to an object. The object could be breathing in, breathing out, or abdomen rising, falling. So when you let your mind to concentrate to one object or an object, then somehow your mind started to calm and relax. That brings you inner peace, enlightened feeling, something like that, you know. So when you keep concentrating on the breathing in and out, abdomen rising, falling, it also means you are being mindful on your body. Because breathing in and out is the part of body action. Body doing something always. Seems like that. So here in Southeast Asia, in Theravada Buddhist tradition, meditation is based on the, mindfulness training. We call the mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness means self-understanding. You understand yourself, what's happening to your body, feelings, thoughts, and emotion. You know. So let's say anyhow, anywhere, somewhere, I could get emotion. I could get angry. So at that time, we need mindful on that to observe. Okay, then try let it go, detach. So that's meditation help us to think in the moment, to understand what's happening to our body, feelings, thought, and emotion, even what we are thinking, speaking, doing. Because every day we do something, think something, speak something. So we need mindfulness with us to understand what's happening to them.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you very much to all of you. And I really appreciate to see your effort of the Buddhism and we had such a good conversation between us to talk about the way of life, how to do good, not to do bad, how to pure the mind, how to see all are equal. I really appreciate to meet you all here to share my experiences. So if I made anyone disappointed or say something not good, please forgive me. And now, let me bless you for everything you have done today. May you all be a long and peaceful life. May you all be free from all kinds of suffering, all kinds of bad deeds, bad action, unwholesome things, and all of you be free from all kinds of mental and physical suffering. May you all be free from all kinds of disease, sickness, all kinds of dangers and problems. May you all be a long and peaceful life. May you all be peace and happy in your life. May peace and happiness be revealed to yourself, be revealed to your families, be revealed to the world. May your life be more healthy, more bright, more successful in your future as you wish, as you want to get, and as you want to be. And I wish all is well in your life. Now let me bless you in body language as monks usually do. Sappetiyo bhiva chantu sappha loko vinasantu mate bhavatvantarayo Sukhi tikhayo ko bhava abhivatthana siricang nicang puttha pacayino cattalo dhammang vatthanti ayuwano sukhang bhalang. Thank you very much.
ขออนุญาตถ่ายรูปหมู่นะครับ